What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the office perspective or the office mindset or whatever we're calling it. This series is about breaking down the different types of perspectives that exist in the office space, okay? So it's to kind of help you navigate the space just by kind of figuring out people's, perspectives and mindsets and personas and how they can mesh well with your team or with other people's teams, or basically how you can navigate better so then you don't have to deal with drama people right away. You can kind of spot them and then navigate your way around them, maybe trade people out. It's a tool. Now obviously everyone's not going to be the exact same. They're not going to fit all in one size cup. They're not going to fit that way. That's not how people work. We're all different facets of this stuff. It's just an aspect of us. So maybe somebody could be a rat, and then they could be a little bit of a sage or a little bit of a cobra, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna be like all the time, right? They're not gonna be that way all the time their entire career. Okay, so just a quick recap. Last time, I don't even remember what the last time we talked about. I think we covered the Joker. I don't remember. This is all out of order, by the way. This is all out of order, so I can't tell which one I did last time. But I think we did the Joker last time, if I'm not mistaken. This time we're gonna talk about the Qobra. Now, normally I have like a display with the whole. Oh, actually, we did the Merc. I think we did the Merc last time. And last time we had a whole display with the slideshow and everything. What I'm gonna do is, instead of just doing that, I'm gonna do this, okay? Because done is better than perfect, because I was working on a slideshow for the Qobra and everything. And to be honest with you, I think it's better if I just tell you what it is. And then next time we'll have like displays and all that stuff when we're kind of returning back. I think we'll return back to the main cast and kind of rehash a couple of things and kind of go into more details. I think that's much more helpful. That way you kind of have like a summary version, which is this, and then you'll have like a more in-depth version at some point. Maybe we'll do like an alignment chart or something, and then I can go into detail about how each different type of perspective kind of works with each other in a more cohesive manner. I think that's much more helpful than kind of having everybody wait forever for every single perspective. I think that's better. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're interested in a more perfected slideshow kind of thing. I can do that in the future. Anyways, so this one is kind of a doozy. I wanted to make sure that you understood that this is, I wanted to take my time with this because it's kind of the most useful one, okay? So I'm kind of looking raggedy right now. That's how important it is, in my opinion, because it's one of those things that I think you should know about, and you should be able to kind of easily identify this kind of person. The Qobra is a very unique perspective, a very unique persona, in which no matter what type of perspective they have, it permeates. And what that means is it dominates every other perspective it crosses over with. So for example, in a couple of days, we'll be covering Prestige. I'll do a video on that. That's coming up. So Prestiges are like the mixes of the two. So like, maybe somebody is a rat and they're a sulker, right? And then that would be its own thing, right? So for Qobra, unfortunately, the Qobra, the snake, is a perspective that dominates no matter which one it goes with, it dominates it. It is a bad personality. It's one of the few times where I can say outright it is a bad personality. It doesn't manipulate people for good. It manipulates people for selfish ends, and it ruins projects. This personality type ruins projects to make their ends meet, to make their own ends justify the means. That's how they look at life. So they're trying to make their own thing work. They're trying to make their own stuff happen in lieu of other people, right? In the face of other people failing, right? In the face of other people losing out, they are the person who rots everything from around them, gets all the goodies, gets all the accolades, finishes all the projects or takes the credit, even worse, takes credit for projects, then burns everything down around them and moves on to the next thing. They move up, and they move up kind of erratically. Sometimes if they are too toxic, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot and then they go back down. They are their own worst enemy in a lot of cases because you need to still network with people. And unfortunately, this is the type of personality that doesn't know how to do that. It doesn't know how to cohesively work with people in the long term. Like that coexistence thing doesn't really work for them. That's not who they are. Okay, this is a kind of personality that's this is kind of a personality that's self-destructive in the end. It is. It's very self-destructive. They don't think too hard about what they're doing or why they're doing it. They just know that they want XYZ. They look at XYZ. They don't look at XYZ, oh, but what if A, B, C, D, E, F, G happens? Well, then I have to navigate this way. No, it's more like XYZ or burn everything else XYZ. That's how they look at things. They look at the end. They don't even look at the beginning. Forget the beginning of the alphabet. It's all gone. They don't look at it that way. They look at what they want, burn everything else. And that's, it is what it is. The type of people they work best with is the rat and the sulker because they're already broken. They're already defeated, and they manipulate the believer pretty well and effectively. But the thing is, the believer over time it's the believer is like a fruit. If the believer starts to rot from within and they get despondent, then they become a sulker and they're no longer a believer. So the workload is going to go, as the workload continues to pile up, they stop working as hard as they normally did because they become a sulker. A sulker is a person who doesn't care. They can't do the work because they're dispirited, they're despondent, they're disillusioned. It's over, bro. If they get terminated, fine, they're happy. That's like they're better off actually leaving the job. The believer gets rotted by the Qobra, and the Qobra doesn't stop. It doesn't care. It doesn't care that the believer is broken. That's kind of the first sign the end is coming for any project. You see the believer start to become despondent and disillusioned, and they kind of feel overwhelmed and erratic, and they're just tired and they can't do anything anymore. That's when you know your project's about to die. Your project's about to die. Your team's about to die. You need to make evasive maneuvers. If you're the sage, if you're the leader, or if you're the mercenary, even the Joker sometimes steps in and goes, all right, this has gone too far. And when the Joker steps in, it really is over. That's like the final straw. Because the Joker doesn't care. The Joker looks at everything and it's like, I'm good, man. I mean, if everything fails, I can hop to another job, The Joker will allow himself to get terminated. Just remember that. He will let the place burn. In that way, the Joker and the Qobra are very similar in that they both will let the place fall apart. Now, the Joker is a aloof person in a very much a mercenary way. I would always say the Joker is like a great mix between, not like a mix, but like that neutral position between the mercenary and the Qobra, because he kind of is, he doesn't care. He could take it or leave it. The place could fall apart. Okay, cool. The place is succeeding. Okay, cool. Whatever. I don't care. I don't take it seriously. That's what the Joker does. And so the Joker and the Snake, they don't coexist very well, because if the Joker looks at the Snake and sees what the Qobra is doing, he's going to call it out. He's going to call it out, and that causes a lot of friction. That causes a lot of drama. And now the Qobra is a manipulator, so he might try to manipulate the Joker, but the Joker is usually too smart for that. That's usually the kind of style, that's usually the kind of the IQ level or the EQ level, however you want to put it. The Joker can kind of read the room. He knows, hey, this mofo trying to manipulate me. I don't play that game. That's when the gloves come off. When the Joker realizes, hey, you trying to play me? Oh, no. That's not how this goes. That's not how this works. That's when you have war, and that's when you have that high tension. That's why you see Qobras and certain people don't mix well. They have fights, because usually that person's either a mercenary and they're trying to get that money. Joker, he feels like he's being manipulated against, being disrespected. And then the last one is the sage. He sees that everything's falling apart, hey, we need to fix this. This guy got to go. We got to get rid of this. We got to fix this. Everything's got to be fixed. So you start to see like that alignment chart kind of working its way. You have the more toxic. That's how this personality list works. It's investment, less investment, toxic, not toxic. That's just how it is. How invested are you? How much you're not invested, right? How least invested you are, and then like, what's your morality look like? You know what I mean? And so that's just kind of the stance of a lot of of these characters, right? I say characters because they are caricatures. They're not like actual, they're not actual, people. These are caricatures. So just a reminder. Another thing you have to keep in mind is the Qobra is somebody who is okay with playing ball for a very small limited time. So if you think they're playing ball, they're not. They're actually biding their time. That's what makes them the Qobra. They're very patient. They wait for their prey. And their prey is the opportunity to move up and for you to go down. They don't care if you succeed. They don't go out of their way to help you succeed. They're out there to help themselves succeed. And if that means you succeed for a brief period of time, then yeah, that they'll do that. That's fine. They don't care. But at the end of the day, you will get that bite. Okay, it's like that. It's like that meme with that old story with the frog and the scorpion, and the scorpion still stings the frog at the end of the. I think it's the frog. I'm not sure. At the end of that story, and they both drown. Because the scorpion's a scorpion. The Qobra is the Qobra. So if you think everything's working out, everything's going good, wait a while, okay? Wait a while. You will get that backstab, and you will be like, how did these fangs get in my throat? Just keep that in mind. Don't relax. And I hate to say that. If the Qobra's in your team, you can't relax. You cannot. You can't be complacent. You shouldn't be complacent anyway, but this is definitely a time not to be complacent. So just keep that in mind for the future. And that's about it. I mean, ways to navigate around them. Again, get them out of your team. Trade them out as fast as you can. Recognize them, identify them, get them off your team. That's all I can say about that. If they are your supervisor, you need to get up out of there immediately. You need to just move. If you get Qobra vibes, you need to trade up, get out of there. I don't care what you do, figure your way out of there, because you will get them fangs. Anyways, that's it for now. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was fun for you. It was fun for me. There's a lot more to it, but that's all we can put in. We're already over time. That's all we can put for now. Have a great time. God bless. See you later.